Hey guys, what's going on? I was having a great day, and then I finally realized to myself that, yep, it's official. I'm a fucking loser, okay? I have nothing but change to my name, so there's nothing but change inside my satchel here. I get in my car, go outside, fucking turn on my headlight, and my headlights burned out in my car. So, that's going to be fun coming home at 2 o'clock in the morning on a fucking, when I get off work here at 5 o'clock in the morning, coming home, and I'm going to have St. Cloud's Finest all over my ass going, oh, hey, you got a headlight out? No shit, officer. I got a fucking headlight out. Some people check their ride before they go around, and they look at it, they see what they're doing. That's some fucking bullshit, dude. That's so fucking bullshit, dude. Yeah. Just, okay. You know how I posted that thing about, what you guys think of me? When I actually post something on there, comment. Say something. Don't sugarcoat shit either. I know y'all hate my ass. Shit, Julie don't even want to talk to me anymore. Yeah. The one person that I thought, I understand Julie's probably sick and going through a lot of shit right now, and there's nothing I can do about it, but I don't understand why people don't want to talk to me. I wouldn't want to talk to me either. I'm a fucking loser, and I should have killed myself a long time ago. I should never be here. No. I should never be here. I should be fucking dead. Yeah. You leave fucking Joe, or you have a shitty relationship with your wife, and your whole entire life just goes downhill. I don't really know what the fuck I ever did to deserve this shit. I really don't. I hope that fucking asshole faggot from the fucking Mini Cooper page is fucking happy. The one who said ooh about Mini Coopers or ooh about the headlight thing, and then I commented about him. So maybe that's what God's punishing me for going after him. Don't understand, every time I go after somebody, fucking something happens to my ass. I fucking hate this shit. I really sometimes wish that I would have blown myself away in my mom and dad's house. Or drowning myself in my own fucking bathtub. I sit here and I try to be 100% honest with you guys. I try to tell you guys how I feel. Every fucking day it's the same old goddamn thing. What's up, Ashley? What do you want to know? Turn around and try to be happy, and all of a sudden I can't fucking be happy. I get drawn into a bullshit ass fucking shitty life like I always have. I mean, everything happens for a reason. I guess. And then you grew up listening to a stupid song every time you went to church, or every time you went to some, fucking thing, you went to church, you went there, you went and sat and listened to this stupid fucking preacher talk about God all the time, saying that he loves you, saying that he wants you in your life, saying that he needs this, saying that he needs that. And everybody's saying, oh yeah, Jesus loves you. Yeah, fucking A, dude. Jesus surpasses me like I'm a fucking ant on the fucking side of the road. And then the big truck tire comes and runs me over. everybody loves me so fucking much, why can't I have a girlfriend? Why can't I have anybody love me? Am I okay? No man is ever okay. I am having a shitty fucking goddamn day. I fucking did 3 podcasts already. And I'm just having the greatest fucking day in my life. Not. What? It's another fun day at the office.
What's that?
It's just another fun day at the office, Paul.
Oh yeah, buddy. That it is. Another day, another time.
No, I'm not okay, Mark. I'm a fucking broke-ass fucking loser. What do you think, man? I'm tired of fucking losing. I'm tired of fucking never being able to just be happy. I mean, I did 2 podcasts already today, and I was telling you guys about my life and trying to be happy and trying to be cool and everything. I go out to my car, and my headlight doesn't work in my car. I'm so fucking sick and tired of fucking never having any money, being broke, wanting to die all the time. I mean, I hate it, man. When am I supposed to win? When am I supposed to win? When am I supposed to have my millions? When am I supposed to have something go my way? When? You know, you do all these things for people. You go and you buy them food at fucking Minnesota After Dark Meats, and you don't ever get anything out of it except for a fuck you and have a nice day. You go and spend all your money trying to be nice to people, thinking that someday God's going to turn around and bless you with a fucking load of gold. Buying your way to make friends. Can't ever fucking win. Just can't ever fucking win. I'm so fucking sick and tired of being a loser all my life. Never, ever fucking winning. Telling people about this great idea, and then all of a sudden somebody just taking the idea and running with it themselves. I don't understand why, you know, yeah, because God works for people like you. I mean, you went through everything and you got your second chance. I mean, God gave you a fucking, you know, heart surgery and you fucking survive it. You know? God made Gary survive. You know? Obviously, you guys have something going for you. I don't. I'm never supposed to win. I'm always supposed to be a loser. I have a dream. I have a vision. Yeah. Yeah, but why do I always feel like I have to be killed and then resurrected before shit ever happens to me? I hate this way. I can't fucking take it anymore. I really can't. can't fucking do this, you know? I just fucking can't. I try so fucking hard every fucking day. And I just do not understand what the actual fuck I did. I can't fucking stand it. Thing is I say the same damn thing, Mark, to everybody else. I always say, hey, if I had money, I'd help you guys out. And you know what? I've done that. I've turned around and gave all my friends my money when I had absolutely nothing. Because I don't ever want anybody to suffer. I always give the shirt off my back, or I give everything that I have to all my friends. You want to know why? Because I think that if I don't do anything for them, they're never going to talk to me ever again. They're never going to see me who I really am. I always tell my friends, hey, I'll help you out before I help myself out. Hey, Chris and Amber, thanks for coming on the show. Sorry you're seeing me this way, and Mark, thank you for just talking to me or whatever, but I can't take it anymore, dude. Dude, all I have is quarters in my pocket. It's all I live off of. Holy cow, I have 4 people watching. I feel like I'm having a 4-way. I don't know what the fuck's going on with me right now, but I really do hate my fucking life, bro. Oh, great. I have somebody on here who's not even a part of Facebook. What are they going to do? Tell me that I'm fine? Tell me that they have a magic carpet ride for me to jump on and they live in fucking Abu Dhabi? Dude, I have bad luck every day, Chris. I never have what I want. I see you and you have everything because you were a military guy. I was a military guy and I was kicked out of the military. I never could go. I never went to the military. You want to know why? Because I had some kid fucking take me out of... fucking my life. Because this kid speared me in football. I lost my scholarship. I lost my chance. And then I tried to go to the service to try to run away from everything. And no, when you have bad knees and everything, you can't go to the service. So then what you do? You go and you try to take steroids. You go and try to do all this stuff to make yourself stronger. And then what happens when you don't work out? You get fat. You turn into a fat fuck who has no fucking life. Best thing you should have done was ended it all. You should have fucking taken the one fucking thing that you had in your house. The one thing that you could have grabbed inside of your house, and you could have just done it. You could have just put the barrel in your fucking mouth and pulled the trigger. Too bad my parents would have came home and had to clean blood all over the house, but they wouldn't have cared anyway. My parents don't give a shit about me. Every time I ask my parents for something, they're like, what do you need? And then they want me to pay it back because I can't fucking ever pay it back in the first place. I don't have any fucking parents. I don't have a life, okay? I'm on my own. I can tell you right now, I can see why Joe left me. Even she knew I was a loser. Obviously, she didn't like the fact that I gave my all to everybody else before. I had orthoscopic, I had knee surgery, dude. I know you're my brother, dude. I know you are, Mark. Everybody's my brother. Everybody's my friend. I know that we all matter, Chris. But I don't. I don't matter. I'm not supposed to be here anymore. I really am not. The only way I talk to my friends is I go live because I have no other way to talk to them because nobody wants to talk to me. I say, hey, let's hang out. I go eat by myself. I had a person come inside the groom office and I don't even want to talk to him because I just want to fucking not even work today. But I need the money. But I gotta wait a whole nother fucking week for another goddamn check to come. And then when I get that check, I gotta turn around and pay off everything, man. I don't understand what I ever did to deserve this life. Like you guys sit here and tell me, I'm so nice to everybody else. But they don't see behind closed doors. I have never in my life have ever thought or have ever wanted any of my friends to ever feel this way. So that's why I help them out. I've never asked my friends for money. I've never asked anybody except for one guy for money, and that was Jake. My friend Jake out in Virginia, he was the only person who ever gave me money. He gave me $200 to get by. I used that $200. I paid for what I needed to pay. And then I ended up just fucking losing everything and getting evicted. And then my stupid bitch-ass ex-girlfriend, Jamie Samar, basically took everything from me, threw me out on my ass, and I had to call my parents and have them come drag my ass and take me home. And my parents did. And now I ask my parents for anything, and they always tell me, Jack, you're not worth it. We're tired of paying for you. We're tired of helping you out. We're tired of wasting our time on you. So you know what? You don't have a son anymore. I try to call you to talk to you. But I don't even want to tell you that I have problems because I don't want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear you guys say, oh shit, here's Jack asking us for money again. Here's Jack wasting his fucking life on some rally car fucking dream. All I ever want to do is teach people how to drive. All I ever want to do is teach people how to work on stuff, how they can make money for themselves so that they don't have to be in a situation where they suck or where they feel like they're not anybody or where they're worthless. It's like in the movie How to Train Your Dragon. The dragon was called Useless or something like that. Chris, the reason why I think I'm wasting my life is because I keep hearing everybody tell me it. I keep hearing people laugh at my dreams. I keep hearing people say things like, you're this Viking looking guy, but you're ugly looking, you're gay, you're a faggot, you do other things in life, and people don't know that it affects you so much. Well, his name was Toothless. Well, my name is Useless, okay? I'm the useless Viking. Nobody would want me to go into a battle with them because I'm one of the most stupidest fucking people in the world. I'm a coward, I'm a douchebag, I'm a loser. I can't even get a blind girl to go out on a date with me, man. Yeah, well, that's the only way I think that everybody is with me, Chris, is that because I've heard so many people talk down to me so goddamn much, so I'm used to it. I'm not supposed to be happy. I'm not supposed to be loved. I'm not supposed to be liked by people. And I don't know why that is. I really have no clue. I don't understand why everybody has to fucking throw caution to the wind all the time. Chris, you tell me I surround myself with wrong people. I don't surround myself with people anymore. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. And when I do go places, everybody just uses me anyway. Because they're like, oh, Jack is such a nice guy. And, you know, let's just use him. Let's just turn his ass into a fucking thing of problems, you know? I don't know what I ever did to deserve this. I really have no clue, dude. Great. A mandatory meeting. Mandatory in office or online. I don't know. I wonder what we're going to talk about this time. Are they firing all of us or are they giving us more money? I don't fucking know. Yeah. Everybody agrees with Chris because Chris is a good guy. I mean, Chris is one of these kind of guys that, you know, you don't know much about him, but then he turns around and makes everything all better. Because, you know, he's Chris. Oh, you stupid ass fucking phone. I hate this goddamn thing. Hold on a second, people. But, you know, Jack, for what it's worth, I think you're a great guy. You're funny and just overall pleasure to be with. Really? Huh. You want to know something? According to Zach Duchesne or Zach Douchebag or whatever his name is, Zach, I'm a threat to everybody on Minnesota After Dark. And I'm a threat to Minnesota After Dark. I'm trying to take over Minnesota After Dark. And I am trying to take everything away from Michael. That's what Zach told me. And And then Zach also had the nerve to tell me that that Michael just is nice to me because of things, because he doesn't know how to deal with me. That's another thing that I heard. And I've heard all this stuff from all kinds of people just saying that basically the only reason why anybody's nice to me is because I, you know, well, that's what Zach told me. Zach told me that I was a threat because he thinks that I'm trying to take Minnesota After Dark away from everybody. And how I'm, you know, Minnesota After Dark is a car club that I used to be a part of. You heard, or did he say that to you? Yes, he said that to me. Zach literally said that to me. I went over to Little Caesar, you know how I go over to Little Caesars sometimes to go see him and, you know, to buy a pizza from him and have a pop and usually sit there. And I said something to Zach and I said, hey, I said, what's going on with you? What are we doing this weekend? And he said, I don't know. He said, now that there's no Minnesota After Dark meets anymore. I said, well, yeah, usually what happens is we go up to, you know, what's it called? We go to Elk River or whatever. And we were going to go to Elk River. And then I said, well, I'm not really going to be going to many of the mad meets anymore because of the way that I was treated, the way that I've been, you know, I did stuff for people like where I went and bought, you know, McDonald's for everybody. You know, Michael said that they were going to work on getting, you know, gift cards and they were going to work on doing stuff for me and everything else. And I never heard a damn thing back from that. And then when I told him that, when I told Zach that, I said, yeah, I said, you guys don't have to worry about buying me gift cards because I'm not going to go to any more mad meets. He goes, oh, yeah, by the way, you were a threat anyway. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, Michael basically thought you were a threat because you were trying to take over Minnesota After Dark. And I'm like, I never was trying to take over Minnesota After Dark. I was always just trying to be there to support Minnesota After Dark because that's what they are, as a car club, you know, and I was trying to support the team. I always thought that everybody thought that I was a family member for the team, but I didn't think I was going to be that much of a problem. So, you know, that's what I got out of the whole thing. I mean, Mark, you're right. I mean, and Chris, I mean, you guys have always sat there and wondered what, you know, because I talked about it all the time. And Chris, you never came up to many of the car clubs or car meets because you were always busy, which is understandable, you know, and you never had any problem with anything. But it was always, when you showed up, yeah, and Zach, I mean, Zach said that to me, and I actually stepped back and I thought to myself, am I hearing this right? I was like, why would Zach say that? And it's just because Zach is the way he is. Hey, what's up, Tim? Oh, yeah, I'm not talking to myself. I'm in a live. I have 4 people watching me on Facebook right now. I'm going through a lot of shit right now. So have a good day. But yeah, so and when Zach said that to me, I kind of stepped back and I was like, what? I was like, why the fuck would Zach say something like that? It's just not how I see. It's just not how I see Zach. But then, you know, I've talked to Zach before about a lot of other things, and Zach has gone over top of my head and said what he wanted to say and did what he wanted to do. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I mean, if Zach feels that way about me, then that's probably how Zach feels. I'm not gonna say no to Zach, you know, because I can't say things to Zach. Because he's Zach, you know, you know, I mean, he's Zach. You can't hate Zach because, you know, you can't hate Zach because Zach's gone through things in his life too. I mean, he went through a motorcycle accident. I mean, he's survived, and so I could never hate Zach. I could never hate on Zach. I mean, but it's just one of those things that you have to understand, when people tell you things like, I don't know. I'm actually live on Facebook. I'm not talking to myself. So, but it's so funny though, when you talk to Zach basically he doesn't throw you under the bus or anything like that. He basically, what he does is he basically tells you everything that's on tilt, like what's going on that day. And when he said that to me, I stepped back and I didn't feel threatened. I kind of stepped back and I was like, what the fuck, really? Like, why would you say something like that? And then he said to me, he just was like, well, and then he was like, well, I got to go to the bathroom. So he went to the bathroom and then I went home. That's what happened. So everything kind of fell apart, and I just don't know why it went to Parisha like that, or why it fell apart like that, but that's how it went down. And it turned out to be a big, huge clusterfuck, and I don't know what I did, but then I went home and I sat there and I cried because I thought that Michael hated me. I thought that Aaron of all people, yeah, Aaron from the team, I thought he fucking hated my ass. I thought he literally fucking hated me and never wanted me around. So I said to myself, I was like, well, fine, if Aaron doesn't want me around and all those guys don't want me around, I won't be a part of Mad anymore. I don't even know what the hell they made me. They said that I'm like an off-road specialist or some shit like that, but I don't even feel as if I'm an off-road specialist. I feel basically what I am to them is I'm the dad of the whole entire fucking group, and people just laugh at me like I'm wasting my fucking time going there all the time. And that's what it feels like. It feels like every day when you go to a Mad meet, every time you go to a Mad meet, it feels like every time you go there, you're not supposed to talk down about Mad or give any ideas to Michael, because Michael just looks at him and laughs at you anyway, underneath everything. So he doesn't seem like he really wants any upgrades or any different kind of help for the team, because anytime anybody tries to do anything for the team, the only person that actually did anything for the team was David, who brought t-shirts to the whole entire thing. And David made money off of that. But I've told so many people, oh, if they want t-shirts, order them from me. Oh, but no, Jack's just a fucking loser and we don't want anything from him. But we'll take cheeseburgers. We'll take cheeseburgers and we'll take McDonald's and pizza because, that's a hell of a lot better than buying t-shirts from somebody. But then they go and buy t-shirts from David because David ordered all those t-shirts ahead because he has all this money lying around, and he made a profit off of them and everything else. But the thing is that you couldn't buy a t-shirt, or you couldn't buy a t-shirt from a guy who has a source that knows how to make them. Gee, let me think about that one for a second. But no, I'm not mad at Michael, and I'm not mad at Minnesota After Dark. But the thing is to have Zach literally tell me that I'm a threat to the whole entire team and that I'm trying to take it over, you know, I really felt like that was the biggest kick to the fucking balls. I literally thought that Zach was basically kicking me in my chest and fucking making me feel like I was just the biggest horse's ass in all the land about coming to a mad meet because, well, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to say. So I just kind of was like, well, I guess I'm sorry that you guys, I'm sorry you guys feel that way, and I will no longer come here anymore. I will no longer come to Mad Meets. I will no longer be a part of something that doesn't want me around if that's how they feel, if they feel threatened by me. But yet, I continued to go to G. Allen's by myself. Michael said that, oh yeah, we'll all meet up at G. Allen's. Go to G. Allen's and we'll talk. And, you know, we'll all go to G. Allen's and we'll talk and everything. And I went to G. Allen's, and guess who was at G. Allen's? You were one of the first people to welcome Chris and I when we walked to the meet. Loved your energy and thought you brought... Well, yeah, you guys loved my energy, but everybody else thought that I was a threat. Thought that I was somebody who was going to try to take over the whole entire team. But, you know... But see, the thing is that I sit here every night on Saturday. On Saturday, I was getting ready to go to a Mad Meet because, one, I wanted to go to the Mad Meet and I wanted to see everybody because that's the only way I saw all my friends, or I saw all the people who were in a car club that I wanted to be a part of. And then they had issues with the truck people. They also had issues with the Next X guys. So you know what? I wanted to talk to the Next X guys about it. Michael told me to stay away from it. Darren told me to stay away from it. Because they thought I was going to go balls to the wall. No, I was going to have a conversation with them. A normal, everyday conversation is what I was going to do. I was going to have a man-to-man conversation with them. I wasn't going to go up in there and be like, what the fuck, or anything like that. I was going to have a normal conversation and try to make everything up at Mad or up at home a collaboration where everybody can come up there and be who they want to be because they have a passion for cars. Not try to take over everything and not try to start a fucking bigger dick war, okay? That's not what I was trying to do. But according to Zach, that's what I was trying to start. And when I went to Zach's thing for, support after his accident, I went there dressed as Camo Claus because, one, not only am I an entertainer, but I'm also a person who does like a Make-A-Wish kind of foundation thing too. So, I kind of wanted to come there and make Zach feel good and be funny. So I went there as Camo Claus. I went there and showed up as my nemesis. I wasn't trying to make the party mine or take over anything. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to basically come there and have a good time. That's what I was trying to do. But according to Zach, I seemed like I was trying to take over there too. But I don't know what in this world, I don't know what in this world I'm supposed to do. I'm sorry if I lost everybody. I didn't mean to lose everybody. I didn't mean to, disappear. I'm sorry that my phone, every time it goes sideways, it turns off the live and I drop you out. But I don't mean to lose you guys. It's just that I have to, do 80,000 things at one time to try to get myself, going. And then I'm going to start going down the road because I don't have any passengers to pick up until later because I do stuff late o'clock for this company. So gotta put my safety belt on, Don't want the alarm to go off because I don't want to lose my fucking safety bonus. Okay. Still here, just listening to you vent. Well, no, I'm not venting anymore. I'm actually trying to be cool. But the thing is that I just don't understand why Zach would say something. I don't understand why Zach would say something to that caliper and why he would go that far. Because he knows. Those Ford alarms are so annoying. I know, right? That's one damn thing that I wish that Fords would get rid of is the damn annoying alarms. Yeah. Oh, my baby. My sweet mini fucking Cooper, and now all of a sudden the fucking headlights shattered out of it. But the messed up thing is that the headlight is shattered or just not working. The headlight's shattered on the other side. Yeah, the headlight's shattered on the other side. The bulb stopped working, and then I went over to look at the whole lens, and the lens is shattered out. So I don't know why. Yeah, the whole lens is shattered out. There's no, because I always thought there was a light there, but I never actually, because I could actually reach my hand into the thing and grab the bulb. What the hell is wrong with this fucking thing? Why is that like that? Okay. Yeah, so I gotta get new headlight assemblies on my Mini Cooper. Then I gotta fix the front bumper, the fog light. Because I did tell you guys what happened. I went down a road in fucking St. Cloud that wasn't marked. I bottomed out on my Mini Cooper and broke the whole entire fog light and bumper assembly. Yeah. And then I think it cracked my headlight. Because I don't know. And then my taillights got busted out by some douchebag at Super 8 or some hotel in St. Cloud. I had my car parked somewhere, and then some asshole broke my taillights out. So I don't know what happened there, but I don't have any taillights. Well, my taillights are all cracked. The covers are all cracked up, so. But I'm going to start driving. Oh, Jesus. So I have a lot of shit going on with my car. And that's why every night that I drive home, I got St. Cloud's Finest always on my ass all the time. Oh, man. Yeah, so I went down a road in St. Cloud, and I broke out my front bumper. I cracked the whole entire front bumper, the fog light, the vibration must have shattered the headlight, and then my taillights got broken out at Super 8 because somebody took a hammer to them and shattered them. I came up to a bad meet one day, and they got clear duct tape for me and gave me clear duct tape and put it on there. And then freaking Danny thought it was all funny when she put it on my car, and she thought, oh yeah, that's really funny, and it just goes great with your car because your car's like garbage anyway. And I'm like, really? But she never said that. But she just had that sound in her voice that oh yeah, Jack's car is terrible anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We'll just put clear duct tape on it. So we'll go from there. But yeah, I mean, when Zach said that thing about, when he said that to me, how he felt like I was a threat, I kind of jumped back a little bit and was like, well, if everybody on the team hates me anyway, then what the fuck am I doing there? Why am I giving them my money? Why am I bringing pizza? Why am I doing all this kind of stuff? And why am I even showing up to a mad meet to talk to these guys? Why are these guys even talking to me? And then, I don't know if you showed up or not, Chris, but then we had all that shit go down with the cops. And I went over and started talking to the cop because, one, he looked at me like I was one of the biggest guys there, and I was also the adult. Because I'm 45 years of age, and the guy was wondering, who was the ringleader in all of this. And then Michael went over there, and Michael was talking to the cop, but I was told to shut up. I was told not to say anything. I was told not to say anything because I wasn't an admin. So I didn't have any admin a reason to be there. So it was Aaron, Tabitha, and Isaac, and Zach, and Michael that all went over to talk to the police officer. And then the police officer was sitting there saying that he was going to do a full investigation. You weren't there that night. No, you weren't there. Because every time you showed up, anytime you ever showed up, Chris, with your car, it was always like, oh, cool, the Ford crew's here. So we have Chris's SHO, we have Chris's RS, we have my car, we have the other guy who had the SHO, we had Matt. So we have the full Ford crew, We had the full Ford crew. We didn't have any other cars that were crap or disgusting. We had the full Ford crew. That's what we had, So I was just thinking, why the hell don't you just call it Ford After Dark or whatever, or Minnesota Ford Team or something like that? Because every time you showed up, Michael would always say, oh, right, two good cars that actually come up here. And I'm like, really? What the fuck is wrong with my car? My car's a rally car. I'm sorry, my car is not made to drive on pavement princesses. I'm not a pavement princess. I don't fucking wipe my shit down with a diaper cloth. I take my shit and go on backcountry fucking roads and actually drive it like I have a fucking pair. Because it's not about how much horsepower you have and how straight line you go. It's on a gravel road. It's on a backcountry road. I'm actually surprised that when I did my race, that I got home, is how well I did it. Ford After Dark. Yeah, that's what it should be. It should be called Ford's After Dark. Because everybody on the fucking team has a Ford. It's like Mustang. It's like Mustang, RS, Focus. It's SHO. It's SHO, 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 Mustang, Ford, Ford, Ford. It's like everybody has a fucking Ford on the team. What are you, sponsored by the Blue Oval? I mean, come on. Why don't you call yourselves Oval After Midnight? You know? Blue Ovals After Midnight, or the Blue Oyster Cult, or something like that. I mean, the Blue Ford Cult, or something like that, man. Dude, your RS is one of the... I'm actually trying to buy an RS for my rally school. If I ever opened up my rally school, I would love to have an RS. I was going to buy an RS before I bought a Mini Cooper. Do you want to know why I bought a Mini Cooper? I went for the underdog. And my wife was English, okay? So I respected my wife buying a Mini Cooper. That's what I did. And I thought her and I could have Mini Coopers, and I thought that would be cute. But I have a thing for rally cars, and trust me, I love the Focus as much as I love the Toyota GR Corolla. Yes, I love the Corolla, GR, the Ford RS, and the Volkswagen Golf or Polo before I would ever buy a Subaru. I was a Ford fan way before I would buy a Subaru because I worked with Team Subaru. Team Subaru treated me like garbage. Yes, they made me block all the time. Yeah, they made me block all the time, and they made me freaking go out there and smash into other people like I didn't know how to drive. That's what Team Ford had me do. Or not Team Ford, that's what Team Subaru had me do. They had me take one of the most ugliest, like, Subaru wagons and, like, drive it around like a blind bat is basically what they wanted me to do. Yeah, they basically made me drive like a blind bat. And they said, just go out there and run into people and then, you know, act like you don't know what you're doing, but, you know, if you, you know, whatever. But I wanted to get a Ford RS because I actually liked Ford because Ford had a great lineup of cars that were amazing. Their SVT program was always amazing. Yeah, Ford has been in rally. Yes, that's what I was going to get at, Chris. You're absolutely right. Ford has been in rally a lot longer than Subaru has because Ford had the RS200. They had the MK2 Escort. I mean, they had everything that you could imagine. And then Mini has been in rally since the 60s. You're absolutely right. Yes. And so the reason why I wanted to bring Mini Coopers back into rally car racing was because Ford was already established. Ford's been there. And Ford had a great lineup. They have a Bronco. They have the versatile Bronco. They have the RS. They have the ST. They have the Fiesta, the Focus. They have that. They have the Escort. They have the RS200. I mean, they had the Cosworth of all things. The Sierra Cosworth. Yeah, the Sierra Cosworth was one of the best fucking rally cars ever. And I loved the Cosworth. They used the Sierra Cosworth in England as a police car. My wife's brother got to drive around in a police car that was an Escort. It was an Escort Cosy. And he got to drive in one of those. And I'm like, dude, that's so badass. But they're not around anymore. The only way that you can find an Escort Cosworth here is if you get a Mercer. And I've found like 3 Mercers in the U.S. And I wanted to get one so bad. Because when you open the hood, it says Cosworth on the engine. It is ridiculous. But it's rear-wheel drive, and it's one of the greatest cars ever. It is by far one of the greatest cars ever in rally. And I love Ford. But the reason why I went with Mini Cooper, was because, one, Minis were dropped out. So I was like, dude, maybe if I took Mini Coopers and brought them back, if I brought the Mini Cooper back into racing, maybe people would see that the Mini Cooper has a lot more advantages, than they gave it credit for. Also, the JCW Rally Countryman is also made into a dark car rally car. It's called a X-Raid. And I showed people that Mini Coopers basically have a potential to be around, but everybody looks at them and laughs. The first thing they do is they see my car and they're like, how is that big fucking guy driving around in a little car? And then I had Darren drive my car. And Darren's like, oh yeah, this car's badass. But he drove the piss out of it, and then it ended up fucking breaking down. But I didn't blame Darren for that. No. My car's been going through shit because, first of all, the person who had my car before I bought it was a little old lady. And I bought it from a dealership. And it had everything fixed on it. It's got a Carfax that goes like 5 pages long of everything that's been done at MiniWorks. It's been done at MiniWorks. I mean, Charlie Waffles is a guy that knows me. And he knows the car. It's one of the only cars around there. I can't really tell if the number plate is, but it's number 869 as an American 2013 Mini Cooper Countryman WRC. It says 869 on the door panel, or on one of the door panels. And so 869 is going to be my rally car number for the American Rally Association and for the SCCA rally. I'm going to use the number 869 because it's a sign. That's what I want to use. Because I used to always say that my number was 6009 or 8008, which was boob. Yes. Because that's the kind of guy that I am. I use 6009 as boob because that's what I was. I was a boob. Everybody used to call me boob because I liked porn. That's what it was. I was a pornaholic, so they always used to call me boob. They're like, oh, here comes boob. Instead of Bob, it was boob. And then I used to always say, it's boob time because it's 808. That's what I always used to say. It was 808, it was boob time. So I decided to take my favorite number, 8008, and 69, and become 869. Because why was 7 afraid of 8? Because 869. And you want to eat 69. Yeah. It's just a joke. It's an inside joke. So, but, okay. So I would come up to Mad Meats all the time, being one of the first people there. I was always the first person there because nobody wanted to meet up with me. Nobody wanted to meet up at the car wash with me because why would I wash my car? My car doesn't need to be washed every day. You don't need to wash your car every day. I understand if you have a black car, yeah. But my car's painted. My car's, if I scratch my car up, I just repaint it. That's all I do. I just get out a can of paint and spray it. You know? So that's why I am the way that I am, is because I love and have a passion and a drive for cars. But I'm not one of these guys that just, if you have a car, I don't wipe the fucker down with a diaper cloth, man. I don't fucking do anything with it. It's a car. Yeah, 8008, boob. Yep, that's what it is, boob. Because we made this joke. This guy used to always call me, and then my sister's kids used to call me boob all the time. Yeah, they always used to call me boob. I don't know why. Like, boob. Because I used to go always around and go, boom. I always used to say boo. I always used to say boo all the time, like I was scaring them, so they were like, boo. Boo, oops, lol. Yeah, but that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And it stuck. But so I always use like 69 or 6009 is what I always use for, like, you know, I don't use it for like combinations for my luggage or anything like that. But what I do is I always use 6009 because it's actually boo backwards. If you actually do, because if you do 9 looks like an 8 or a B flipped upside down. And then a 6 looks like a B turned the other way around. So if you look at 6009, it's actually boo. Look at it once. If you think about it, if you're trying to be funny. So if you're ever into computer passwords, into computer stuff, you use computer typing, or you use other things, like a 4 could be an H. Yeah, 4 could be an H. Or you could use, because one of our guys, he used, so remember how when you were a kid, you also took a calculator and you flipped it upside down and you wrote stuff with a calculator? So basically what I would do was I would always make passwords by taking calculators and flipping them upside down and then doing stuff. So one of our guys did 4-3-LL, 5 for Hells, because he called himself Hells, and that was his password. He used Hells. My friend Dustin Van Camp, when he died, his computer was no access. His computer was no access. I was the only person who knew that because I was the one that did it for him. I used no access. So no access was actually 4-0, and then it was 8. It was 8-3-SS or 5-5. So basically it was no access, but it was spelled using a calculator upside down, and that's how no access was done. And so when Dustin Van Camp passed, and his family needed to get into his computer, they called up their friend Ted. Ted had to pay Microsoft money to get the access panel to get into the computer, but Jack knew the password because Jack loved Dustin Van Camp so much to the point where he would have literally given his life for him. And Dustin Van Camp was our photographer. He was a 6'11" guy who rode a Yamaha R6. He was my best friend. He was the only person that really actually believed in me, and he actually did something, with me. And he and I were really good friends. We loved each other more than anything. And he has all of the pictures for Trax Revolution. And the reason why I love Dustin and I miss him so much is because when his parents were trying to get into his computer, I was sitting there and I was like, guys, I know his password, but you guys don't want to talk to me. You guys don't want me to tell you it because you guys don't want me, because you guys don't think that I cared about Dustin. You guys don't think that I ever gave a shit about Dustin. You guys basically friggin' passed me up all the time, and you hired Ted to get this password for Microsoft because he's a computer guy. He had to use his computer skills. He had to use all of his fucking money because he was a billionaire or a millionaire to get all of the shit. All you had to do was ask me, Jack, what's Dustin's password? And I would have said, hey, it's no access. So take a calculator, flip it upside down, and spell out no access. And there's Dustin's password. Thank you very freaking much. But did they do that? No. They didn't think that I gave two shits. They thought that I fucking was just a friend of Dustin's using his ass, which that's not what I was. I was the one that actually cared more than anything about Dustin that night that he died, because the thing is I was the first person over at the hospital, and I was the first person there because Trevor Johnston told me, because Trevor Johnston's brother Alex was working on the EMT, he was working on the ambulance the night that Dustin died. And Alex called Trevor, told Trevor that there was somebody who came in on a motorcycle fatality who was over 6'11". And I was like, dude, that's Dustin. I was like, that's Dustin in a heartbeat. And then Trevor's like, Jack, go over to the hospital and see if that was Dustin. And I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to lose my shit. I go over there barefoot with a pair of shorts on, or with a pair of jogging, or with a pair of jeans on, and I was putting on a t-shirt. And you have to understand, I was a little bit more, muscular back in the day. So I actually pretty much walked around without a t-shirt on, because I was like Taylor Hotner. I was kind of like, not bad looking at the time. I was like, really good looking, so I was ridiculously good looking. And I went over to the hospital with just putting my t-shirt on. I walk in the door, and the nurse says to me, she goes, hello? And I said, yeah, you guys brought in a guy on a motorcycle, 6'11". He had a Tracks Revolution logo on his helmet. He was wearing a 3/4 coat, and he was on a Yamaha R6, and his name was Dustin Van Camp. And the lady looked at me and said, well, yeah, he's in door 4. And I looked back at her and I said, well, why does door 4 look really dark? And she goes, well, he passed away. And she goes, are you next to kin? And I said, well, I'm kind of like his brother, but I'm a brother from another mother. And she goes, well, there's a grieving room down the hall, but I wasn't really supposed to tell you that he passed. And I was like, no, thanks, I figured it out. So she told me that he died, and I was there. And not only did I know that he was dead, but I literally saw his soul come out of the room, go by me with a smile on my face, knowing that he was free, knowing that he was done being in pain, and knowing that he wasn't suffering anymore. And I tell that story and everybody thinks that I'm fucking nuts. Everybody thinks that I'm a fucking weird person and that I need to be locked up and put in a room with padded walls. Everybody thinks that I didn't care about anybody. That all I did was care about myself. That I was a narcissistic, hypocritic asshole who cared about nobody. But I care about everybody. And when I found out that Zach was in an accident, I didn't really know Zach that much. But I was like, oh God, another one of my friends is killed in a motorcycle accident. This is the reason why I hate bikes. But I am so much friends with everybody who rides motorcycles. And the reason why is because I tell them every time they get on a bike, please come back to me. And if you guys think that that's weird, I'm sorry. But all I do is care. Because I don't want to lose another friend of mine to a motorcycle accident. I don't want to lose another brother, a sister, or anything to a motorcycle accident. I hate motorcycles. It's one of the reasons why I hate bikes so much. I hate Minnesota for the law where they allow you to split through traffic. I hate that law. Because I was driving down the road the other day and I put my arm out of the window and a guy hit it with a helmet. And I was like, damn, my hand hurts. But I know he was wearing his helmet. I know he was wearing his helmet, but every time somebody gets on a bike, every time somebody gets on a bike, all I do is say, hey, come back to us, or come home, because I hate motorcycles. I wish that there was something that they could do to make bikes safer, or just get rid of them. And I wanted to buy a bike. I wanted to buy a motorcycle, and I was looking at a bike that was a quad cycle, that was a four-wheeled motorcycle, and they're made by a company called Q-Tech. And I showed it to Zach, and I said, Zach, I would ride one of these with you guys. I would actually ride a motorcycle with you guys. But the thing about these motorcycles is there's no cage around them. There's nothing to make them safe. And every time you crash into somebody, you fly. You get launched because there's nothing to restrain you. So you know what? I'm willing to go to the Department of Highway Services, and I'm willing to say, hey, make me a crash test dummy to try to find something to keep motorcycles safe. I'll sacrifice my body because I have nothing to look forward to. Because I'm tired of losing friends on motorcycles. I'm tired of it. I hate motorcycles. I wish that they would get rid of them. I wish that they would get rid of them. I hate them. I do. I hate them so fucking much. I just don't ever want a motorcycle in my life. Every time I see them, like every time I see somebody in a motocross event, or I see somebody driving an ATV, or they're not driving a side-by-side, they're driving an ATV, a three-wheeler, a trike, or they're driving a motorcycle, I think, oh my God, I hope they make it home tonight. And I say that every time. I say that every fucking time. Because there are so many people who ride motorcycles that never make it home. I remember going up to Brainerd, and there was a guy whose motorcycle was in the ditch, and there was an ambulance, and they were working on him. But the bike was gone. The bike was disintegrated. It was all over the highway. And I literally started crying. Because I understand the appeal. And I wouldn't mind riding one once. I'm always looking out for motorcycles. I'm always looking out for motorcycles too, Chris, but the thing is that, like, you hit a deer on a motorcycle, you're done. There is no safety cage. There is no safety restraints. There's nothing on a motorcycle. A motorcycle is like a death wish. It's an instant death wish. And I don't understand why people want that rush. I've never understood that. Why people want to drive a motorcycle just to turn around and not come home at night. I mean, you know what? Sometimes I want to buy a motorcycle. I did a brief stint as law enforcement. Thankfully, I never had to respond to a motorcycle accident. Well, that's why you're so cool, is because you were a cop at one time, weren't you? You were an MP, weren't you? and that's why a lot of people don't ride motorcycles much anymore after they were law enforcement. Well, anyway, but I said to myself, you know, I don't own any guns, because if I owned a gun, I'd probably have killed myself. And if I would have owned a motorcycle, I would have ended myself with a motorcycle. So that's why I don't own a bike. Is because I'm never going to buy one, because I'm afraid that I would kill myself if I had one. And that's why I don't drive like ATVs. You were a Maryland State Police officer? That's why I know you. Dude, what part of Maryland are you from? I swear to God, I've met you in Virginia or in Maryland. I swear I've seen you in Maryland before. I swear I've met you there. Because I lived in Virginia, dude. I lived in Leesburg. I graduated Loudoun County High School in 1996. And I lived in Virginia till about 05, 06. And then, but I know I'm not that, I know you're a lot younger than I was, but anyway. But anyways, it doesn't really matter, dude. But I might have seen you in Maryland, but that's fine. But no. But see, I will never, ever drive a damn motorcycle. Why do you, and the thing is there's not even motorcycle police bikes anymore. That's why you never see motorcycle bikes anymore. Baltimore County. But my paroles were St. Mary's County and Annapolis. Dude! I was out at Travis Pastrana's compound when Street Bike Tommy, missed the foam pit. I was there. When Street Bike Tommy missed the foam pit at Travis Pastrana's house, I was there. But Travis doesn't even remember that. Travis doesn't even remember me, because I've changed so much. I actually been to Travis's compound when Street Bike Tommy missed the ramp and smashed his motorcycle. Has motorcycles still? Yeah, I think they do, but I don't know. But I hear they're getting rid of motorcycles, though. I hear they're getting rid of motorcycles because when people are driving down the road with a motorcycle police officer, because I heard a thing that they were getting rid of the motorcycle police officer or the motorcycle cop because there was a guy who was trying to do a traffic stop and he got bumped off the road by a dude in an SUV and was killed. And they said they were going to take away motorcycle police and they were going to start using the cars and the SUVs all the time because motorcycles are pretty much defensive against a car. And he was on pursuit, and then he got hit by an SUV. And it wasn't in Maryland; it was somewhere else. But I think they should always get rid of the police officers on motorcycles because I don't think they need that. I don't think it's necessary. But because I just hate motorcycles. That's me. Yeah, I just hate motorcycles. I hate motorcycles in general. So that's just me. But yeah. Is it Friday? Is it Friday night, guys? Yeah, it is. God, my brain's all fucked up. God, what the hell's going on? Shit. Fuck, that means they closed the airport road down. Shit, I gotta go all the way around. Anyway. God, I got a headache. Yeah, I just got a fucking serious headache. But yeah, but you know, Chris and Ashley, I just want to say, I just want to say that I love you guys. Thank you very much. But I'm actually feeling a little bit better, but I know that I'm still gonna have a letdown because I am at rock bottom. I've literally hit rock bottom on the side of the highway, get hit on the side of the highway all the same time, and I don't see how people hit those huge SUVs with all them lights low. Oh yeah, people do it all the time. Because people don't move over for police officers. They're always so interested in their fucking cell phone all the damn time. My cell phone's on a hands-free device, by the way. I'm not holding on to my cell phone while I'm driving. It's on a hands-free device. But I'm actually, driving down the road. But yes, I hit rock bottom and I still feel like garbage. And I won't feel fine until I get paid this week or until I get paid next week. But I gotta get shit fixed. I gotta, get stuff together. I gotta find some headlights for my Mini Cooper. I gotta find some taillights for my Mini Cooper. I gotta find all kinds of shit. And I've always wanted to work at a junkyard. Yeah, I've always wanted to work at a junkyard because that way I could just, get discounted parts. But I like driving, so that's why I do this job. Yeah. That's why I like this job so much, is because I love driving. But I have never really understood, I've never really understood why things just seem so... I love you too, man. There's nowhere to go but up. Well, yeah, I'm not really ready to go to heaven quite yet. Everything is... I try to be positive. I really wish that I could be positive and be happy. That's one of the reasons why, how there's that girl Katie who's giving away her Charger, her police car. Yeah, she's giving away her police car. I want to win that thing, but I can't win that thing because she doesn't sell any clothes my size. Thank you. Thank you for being here for me, guys, but I'm still at rock bottom right now, and I'm hoping things change. I mean, it's just so hard being a guy who's willing to give his left nut and everything to everybody else, and really trying so hard to do everything in his power to make it all work, and nobody ever wants to talk to him or nobody wants to love him, and everybody feels like he's just the worst person in the world. I mean, I have people hate me because they think I voted for a president that has blonde hair like mine. And I never did. I never got to vote. I mean, I live in a world where I just try to be the nicest guy in the world, and everybody sees that and decides to walk all over him like he's just a piece of shit. And I'll get better. Things will happen. And things will change. But I just don't know when. I really don't. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to buy a Bronco, was because a Bronco was a really nice vehicle, and that Mini Cooper didn't really have an SUV that could pull a car. But, I mean, shit, I still want to get an E350 4x4 van that Ford makes. I want one of those 4x4 vans, And over at Good Guys, they have this blue 2006 van that just has a bully bar on the front of it. It's like, it's so me. I want it so bad, But it's like 16 grand. Yeah. I have a lot of things in my mind and a life and everything else. I just want to be happy. That's all I want to do, man. Because that's just how I want to live my life. That's not too bad for a price. Well, yeah, I know. I'm either looking at that or one of those box trucks, like a cargo van, with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, because I need it for the rally car when I go out to these events. Because I'm trying to trailer my Mini Cooper. Thank you, Ashley. I want to be happy too, but it'll take a lot of money before I'll be happy. It'll take an unlimited black card, and then I'll be okay, you know. But I know that's probably never going to happen. I want $100 million. Okay, Dr. Evil. $100 million is not a lot of money these days. Deuce. Okay, fine. $100 billion. That's what I want. I want $100 billion. And then I'll be good. Because once I buy my rally car, my farm, and I have my own Pastrana land, oh, I'll be happy. Oh yeah, I will. Oh yeah. I have some land out in Walker that I want to buy. It's 1,000 acres. Guy wants $3 million for it. Dr. Evil. Same. Yeah, I want $100 billion. Shit, me too. Yeah. We all could be the $3 billion people. That'd be a hell of a lot of McDonald's. Holy shit. Imagine going to the drive-thru and being like, yeah, can I get 1,000 cheeseburgers, please? And they're like, are you kidding me? And I'll be like, yeah, man, it's for the homeless. I would do that thing that same guy does, you know? That Joey guy that's, you know, that goes to the thing, and he's like, how much for the pizza? And then he's like, well, can you make 1,000 of them? And they're like, yeah. And he goes, what are they for? And I'll be like, for the homeless. And I would do that same shit if I had that money. Yeah, if I had a lot of money, I would do that same kind of thing. Because that's the kind of guy that I am. That's why I dress up as Camo Claus a lot. I do that shit for free, man. Yeah. I don't ask for money when I play Camo Claus. I do that for free. That's out of the kindness of my heart, man. Ugh. I don't know. It's all about giving back. Yeah, but giving back needs to pay off sometime. Because it gets kind of old after a while. But I realize to myself that I have to do what I got to do, you know? And I'm not going to be around forever. Nope, I'm not going to be around forever, man. But I really don't know, man. But see, you know, I always always thought it was kind of, going back to Minnesota After Dark, I always thought it was kind of funny that everybody on the group was like telling Michael, like, hey, you know, make Jack an admin. Make Jack an admin. You know, make him something on the team because he knows what he's talking about. And he actually knows his stuff. But Michael never wanted to pull the trigger on that. Michael always wanted to just leave me back on the burner and everything else. And I don't know why that was the case. And I always felt like there was something that about it. But Michael used to always tell me things like, you know, he always used to tell me things about like, you know, Jack, you know, don't go talk to Dan about things. Dude, I like Dan. Dan is one of the greatest guys in the world. And whatever happened between him and that girl, that was his past, man. And I don't care. You know? I don't care. I care about the person. I care about everybody as a whole family. And everybody's like, oh, there you go, thinking it's Fast and the Furious. No, it's not Fast and the Furious. It's a group of people that gets together every night and hangs out with each other because we haven't even seen each other on the weekdays. We don't see each other Monday through Friday. So we go up to a place and we go there and we sit there and we just hang out and have fun. If I was to go to up to Home Furnitures now on the weekends and I was to walk up in there, I'd be like, dude, I'm here for the cars. But I'm not going to be here anymore because that's not what I do. I go to events and I go to things where I get my car dirty. The inside of my car has more dust in it from being at a rally track than just going and racing myself. I'm going to get off, but nice chatting with you, Jax. Hope you have a good night. Thanks, Ashley. Talk to you later. Chris is lucky to have you. You know that, right? It's all for the love of the cars, man. Well, that's why I started Trax Revolution 30 years ago, bro. I loved cars, and I still do. Trax Revolution is all about the cars. We were nothing but a car club, and it was for what it's worth. I mean, I like the name Minnesota After Dark, but it really does sound like we're going to, like, you know, we're going to go to, like a cemetery or something or whatever. And it sounds like, yeah, it sounds like something out of Stranger Things or something like that. That's what it sounds like. But I'm not making fun of it or anything. But that's what people have told me. Yes. I've had people go, what's Minnesota After Dark? And I'm like, it's a car club that goes up to Home Furniture at night. And they go, yeah, it sounds like something that, you know, a bunch of group of kids or high school kids go up to a cemetery at night and practice seances. I mean, that's what it sounds like. And when they told me that, I started laughing. I was like, oh, that's funny. Yeah. But I have nothing against Minnesota After Dark. I have nothing against the people that run the team. But if you need to start bringing a gun to a car show and, you know, carrying it on you and showing it off like you got a pair, that's not cool. No. I have never understood why anybody brings a gun to a car show. What the hell is this? We'll be heading to Illinois next month. My buddy tells me the Chicago car scene is really huge, and we're looking forward to it. Well, I was supposed to go to Michigan for LSPR next week, but I'm not going to be going because I don't have any money. I think people think Matt is about street racing. And that's what it is. You know, they never once wanted to go to a racetrack. And And I think you should take everything to a track. Go to morning meets. Go places that you don't have to worry about getting yourself killed. It's not about street racing. It's about going to the track. It's about getting everything off the streets. That's why I'm not a big fan of street racing. I've never been. I mean, the movie Fast and the Furious, it never really was about street racing. It was about family. That's what it was. And I think that's what a lot of people don't see, is that street racing and all the problems that it can do. Track days, cars and coffee, yeah, etc. Whips and waffles. But every time I go to Whips and Waffles, dude, I'm sorry to say this, every time I go to Whips and Waffles, my car gets made fun of, and people are there wiping their Lamborghinis and their Murcielagos and all their cars down with a diaper cloth, and it's not really a passion. I mean, yeah, you can go out and, I'm sorry, okay, I know this is gonna sound like a dick thing to say, but this is what it is. When you go out and buy a Lamborghini, or you go out and buy a Maserati, or you go out and buy, a McLaren or something like that, and you drive the car and then you park it in your garage and you wipe it down with a diaper cloth, and all you do is take it out for car shows, that's not a car guy. No. Or a car gal. That's not a car girl or a car gal or a car guy. That's somebody who has a lot of fucking money and doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. If you have all that kind of money to buy a Lamborghini, then you have money to help a guy out trying to fix his car, or who wants to fucking start a track. That's what you do. You help a guy who starts up a track, or you help a guy who races, or you invest in him. You have money in him because he goes to your shows and he tries to help you out and push you. But do you push him? No. You don't push for him. And that's what I'm trying to do with a lot of people. I understand that I'm an everyday guy. I'm a huggable, lovable, big teddy bear type person. I have feelings. And when I support you and I do things for you, it's because I want you to succeed in life. There's this guy. His name is Kang Dio. And he drives an Aston Martin. And he has a company that does 3D printing for body kits for carbon fiber. And I talked to him about my Mini Cooper, and I said, hey, I want to turn my Mini Cooper into a rally car, and I would like to collaborate with you someday, right? It's all about TikTok clout and cookie cutter builds. There's no unique builds anymore, yes. It's just a stock Lambo and Ferraris that gets all the attention, pretty much. Well, let me tell you the story. So Kang Dado is this guy who he prints carbon fiber parts. And I told him, I said, hey, I have a Mini Cooper that I'm trying to turn into a rally car. I'm actually trying to buy another car, and I'm actually trying to open a rally school in Minnesota to teach people how to drive and to open a rally track so that we can have rally car racing in Minnesota. You make carbon fiber parts for BMWs. So why don't you and I get together? I'll let you use my Mini Cooper, and you can make a wide body WRC kit for my Mini Cooper. Spoiler, all kinds of stuff and everything else. And then I'll support your stuff. I'll buy your product. I'll buy I'll buy your logos. I'll buy your t-shirts. I'll buy your stuff. And he's like, yeah. So I bought a lot of his stuff, and I started supporting it. And then one day, I talked to him when he started getting his business up, And I said, hey, how about making a body kit for my Mini Cooper? And he's like, no, I want to concentrate on high-end cars and, BMWs, Lamborghinis, cars that are actually worth a lot more money than a Mini Cooper. And basically, this is what I said. Fuck you. And I still, to this day, say fuck you to this guy. But he doesn't get the idea, and he doesn't get the picture, and he doesn't get the thing, so he still follows me on Facebook. I still follow him, and I like his posts. And I say stuff to him. Hey, good luck with your business. Good luck with everything. I still support you, okay? Yeah, but underneath all of it, I basically tell him to go fuck himself. Because he tells me to go fuck myself. That's basically what he did. But I support you in all sorts of other ways. Now, Kate Landis. Yes, Kate Landis. I love her to death. Great girl, great person. She's put on shows at Sugar Daddy's. She's put on shows, all over the place. I've come out to her business. I've come out to her car shows. I've supported her. I've done a lot of things for her. And I've helped her out. I've never asked her for anything. And she's paid me. She's given me money. Yep, she's given me money. She's helped me out. And I love Katie. And I really respect her. And I think it's great and everything. And I told her that I would support her more and stuff if she would, cater to guys my size. Making bigger clothes. Making bigger stuff. And everything else. And then I made a logo for her. Yep. I made a logo for her. I gave it to her. And she liked it. Gave it a thumbs up. And then basically never talked to me anymore about it. And kind of basically threw me under the bus. But I'm sitting here, asking for help and asking for a little bit of love and everything else. But I don't get it from anybody that seems to hang around with Katie. But I still support Katie. I think she's a great person. And I hope that someday she goes very far in life. But me, I'll continue to be on the sidelines. And I'll continue to be the big guy that I am. And, care and supportive like I always am to everybody. Even though I don't, get any support for my dream. My dream is to basically buy 1,000 acres, start building, selling, and getting rally parts and making cars, and then teaching people to drive on a facility like a Dirtfish or a Tom O'Neill's or a Rally Ranch, and teach people how to drive rally cars so that they can have fun with it, so that they can turn around and race in it instead of doing demo derbies, and instead of doing drag racing at BIR or doing time attacks or doing autocrossing and all this other stuff. I want people to do rallycross. I want people to do ice racing. I want people to be in the dirt and gravel and have fun doing rallycross or rally racing. Because rally car racing is amazing. If you ever have sat down and watched a rally car race, it has everything that you need in a race. And it's very exciting. It's not just going left around a track 200 miles an hour. It's not just letting the accelerator push it to the floor and going 3,000 miles an hour down a track. Well, you only can run it one time, and then you have to go back to the garage and fix it. Drag racing, drifting, and NASCAR and Formula One are stupid. Everything about it is stupid. I don't like it. That's my opinion, and that's what I'm sticking to it. Ice racing, rallycross sounds like the most fun. It is. And I will tell you, I will back it up 100%. I have gone down a lake in Minnesota that was completely, yeah. Rally car drivers, we're a different kind of breed because we have big balls. Because we have big balls. And I want to get women into rally car racing more because women deserve to be driving rally cars. And more women are driving rally cars because it's more fun than drifting. I wish Leah Block would be following her dad's footsteps and become a rally car driver. I really wish she would, because she'd be one hell of a driver. She drives Formula One right now, but yeah, she needs to go rally car racing. That's what she needs to do. And I think when Travis Pastrana retires, I think that maybe Leah Block and Rihanna Gelsomino would be a great driver and co-driver team. Or Lucy Block and Leah Block. I think Lucy Block, Leah's daughter or Leah's mom, should be a co-driver. I really think that Lucy should be a co-driver and Leah should be a driver. And I think that they should run the thing. But I think I remember seeing Lita win her first junior rally race, I think. Yeah, she won that, and then she won her first FIA Formula One after a while, and now she's got a big thing going on for that, because she did win an F1 race. She might be too young to run a WRC. No, she's not. She's old enough. Yeah, she's old enough. Once you get to be 21, I think you're golden. But no. You could be 16 in WRC. Yeah, you can be 16. Because Oliver Solberg was 16. Because you have to be able to have a driver's license. That's it. You have to be able to have a driver's license to be in the WRC. Yeah. So yeah. But that's just, that. Wow, it's 11:30. Wow. What time do I gotta pick up people? 10:15. That means I can probably pick up at 12:15. Yeah, pick up at 12:15. But every time that I look at ice racing and every time I look at WRC or rally car racing, I just flip out, man, because it's the best racing ever. 16. Oh wow. I think she was 18 yet, but I don't really see why she wouldn't. She's a hell of a driver. Yeah, she is. I think she is. I think she's badass. I think more and more women should follow Leah Block. Because I think women can drive cars too. I don't think that women should be scared. I think women should go out there, put on a fire suit and put on a helmet and go out there and rally car race. I think it'd be more fun than driving around in a Lamborghini on a hot day. That's not aimed at anybody. But yeah, but I love rally car racing more than anything in the world. I think it's so amazing. It's so fun. And I just hope that someday I could open that school. Because if I open that school before I'm 90, which is something that I wish I could do, I mean, because it's right around the corner. I mean, Ken Block is one of the smaller reasons I got my RS. He helped me develop drift mode. What happens when I'm having a good time? I come down here. Oh, wait, there it is. It's back. Whoa! It's back. I mostly got it because I was always jealous. Tower at. Thank you. God damn it. Yeah, well, Chris, you're absolutely right, though. The thing is that, Ken Block was an inspiration for everyone. Yeah, guys, talking to you is a breath of fresh air, man. You're like the only other person I've ever met appreciates rally car racing. Everyone always chasing straight line speed. I like attack just right now. My kids got mad at me for asking them to take me to get some groceries. Now I just have to find a way here because I think working up at Tim O'Neill's in New Hampshire would be fun, but I don't understand why I can't ever catch any breaks. Like why I can't ever get in, which kind of sucks royal dick, but I actually want to work for Dirtfish, or I want to work for the FIA World Rally Championships because I want to do that kind of stuff, to be around that kind of stuff, and I think it would be great. I think the reason why my phone is kicking out all the time is because I've hit my data max, which I'm an unlimited fucking plan person, so I have unlimited. So what's going on with my phone? I mean, it's probably kicking out because it doesn't have any data anymore, and I overhit my limit, which T-Mobile just emailed me and sent me a text message saying that I've overhit my limit. And then one day I'm going to go into T-Mobile and I'm going to be like, look, motherfuckers, I'm a guy who streams a lot, so give me more data than I fucking need, because I'm going to be using the shit out of my phone a lot. That's why all these people have TikToks and all this shit. I don't know. Yeah, but Chris, I actually am all about rally car racing. I can't go to Michigan now because I'm going to work. So I told Andy that I'm going to be going to work because